Today, I will be discussing the idea of toxic productivity with two students from Texas State University and how that can lead to affecting their academic, social, and work life as college students.
I am Lucia Chavez. I go by Lou. Most of the times, I was born and raised in Mexico City. I immigrated to the United States to come and study musical theater and also study psychology. And I'm very happy here at the university. About a year from today, I'll be very soon to graduate. So that's exciting.
Hi, my name is Fallon Goldsmith. I'm a sophomore at Texas State. I'm a theater performance and production major with my concentration in theater and a minor in criminal justice. I am currently hold an officer position in Alpha Psi Omega, the theater co-ed fraternity, as well as an officer position in Bobcat Bells. And next year I will be the president for Bobcat Bells. I'm really excited. I also work here on campus, and
There was this one phrase that I kept coming across, like whenever we talk about how are college students keeping a sustainable lifestyle, especially since we do so much, especially to build resumes, have more experience going into our field of work. And one of the words that I kept coming across was toxic productivity, right? So the need to feel that you're doing something for the worth of it, and since that has worth, you have worth. Do you think that college, or the way that society kind of talks about college affects you in a way like that? You know what I mean?
I went through a very toxic process toxic moments in my life that I thought that being successful meant being busy. And I still very much go through those phases where I'm I need to remind myself and tell hey, yes, being busy is great, but more is not better. I love that phrase. More is not better. There was a belief in me that because I was an international student, and I mean, anyone can experience this, not only international students, but I was this is my shot. I need to take advantage of the opportunities I have. And I need to take advantage. I will be wasting my time, my parents' money, if I don't. And so I started to feel so guilty when I was just waking up at 12 p.m. in the afternoon, and I would just watch Breaking Bad. I would just feel terrible, and I was why am I feeling bad? My body is literally asking me for rest. And that's the thing, after a certain amount of time that you go on this idea of you need to be productive, and productive equals work. My body started resenting, my body started to feel it. And I was all of a sudden so unmotivated, and I was all of a sudden so depressed, and I lost track of why I was doing what I was doing.
I do think that, and I'm glad that I am, but I do think there's a little bit of pressure, right? I enjoy the positions I've held, I enjoy the organizations I'm in, but I do think there's this idea that I need to do so much because I only have these 4 years to be doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going to get the opportunity to be in organizations like this, or never going to get the opportunity to create some of the things, because for example, Bells is something related to a department that I'm not going into. So this is kind of my time where I get to have those experiences with athletics and stuff that I just won't have, because it's just not part of my career trajectory now, at least. So I do feel kind of the pressure to do that, as well as just say yes to a lot of things. I feel I've always been kind of bad at saying no, but I especially feel in college, because I feel every opportunity you say no to, you're missing out on, and you don't know who you could meet from that or what they're going to do later. And I feel not to get too specific with theater, but I feel that's a huge thing with theater is connections. And so every time I feel I can't say no because I can't miss out on the opportunity to make connections with these people, even if maybe mentally I don't need to be taking on more. So I do think there is this pressure that oh my gosh, we only have 4 years and we have to do everything we possibly can in them. And then we know that we're pretty much halfway through. I'm am feeling it more. I'm everything matters because everything needs to go on the resume, and my resume can't look like it does now when I graduate. It's so much of that. And although I do really enjoy what I'm doing, there definitely is some of those external pressures.
Based on these small little interviews, I kind of just wanted to get the overarching feel of what it's like to be a college student and the pressures that we do feel day to day that we don't express. I hope to go deeper into this topic with more time that I have, but for this episode, I really just wanted to lay out the foundation of the pressures that we do feel as students and what can we do to better ourselves and help each other out as a community instead of individually.